Welcome to Coach and Company, presented by Code 3.
Oh, and good morning, Coach and Company family, everyone watching on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I am Mikey P, also Mike Pendleton here, sitting in the host chair this morning. And before we get anything started, let's take a look at how we did yesterday on our picks. 5-5, a very average day. But as you see there, the coach 2-0 and 2-0 before the afternoon and evening hit. So before you even had dinner, he had the spotlight. We will talk to him and everyone else here in just a few moments. Big day here, big day every day on the Coach and Company YouTube page. Don't forget, we have our daily schedule off the ropes with the coach, 2 to 4 Eastern on channel 156 on Sirius XM. If you missed the Coach and Bro show, it is on demand on the BTT YouTube page. And then premium pop-ups, which we will have tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can join myself, Raphael, and the coach as we do live betting throughout the night in sports for that. Go ahead and pick up a item of merch from our merch store. You can I Bet Wrestling, or in honor of Raphael, hey ladies, or a Manby Panby t-shirt from our merch store. And then finally, if you want to become a premium member and get in on the action for our premium pop-up shows, the QR code is on your screen there. Just scan it, become a member. And if you're watching today, please hit that like button on your way in. All right, that is all the housekeeping to take care of this morning. Let's have a better day today than we did yesterday. That's literally an average day, a 500 day. I want 100%. So I believe I might have some people ready to join me. Can't even finish around here. Can't even finish. It's time to beat the books. Oh, look at this crew. And you know what? I see him down there with his sunglasses on. I'm going to talk to the Godfather first. Good morning, Tommy C. How are you, sir?
Whoa, 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 whoa. You will not do any such thing. Because, Raphael, do we not have rules around this brand? Do we have rules?
Yes, we do.
And what are some of those rules? Like the number one rule.
When someone has a winning day, like a 2-0 day, they get the first 15 seconds.
So if you don't mind, start that over and give me the respect that I deserve. I'll wait.
Well, I was going to save the best for last. But if you want to ruin my flow, that's okay. Coach, good morning to you, sir. I don't know why you have sunglasses on inside, but you did go 2-0 on the day, so the floor is yours.
It's called the first 15 seconds, not the third 15 seconds. And if you don't know why I've got my sunglasses on today, when I'm feeling myself, when I'm leading by example, heel coach comes out in full effect. And yes, I went 2-0. I went 2-1 the day before that. I told you on Monday, Mikey P, that I was going to start leading from the front. That's exactly what I've done, and I will continue to do it today. I apologize for ruining your flow.
It's quite all right. I should have given you the spotlight you so much deserve.
Yes, you should have.
Anyways, let's get to those that I'm very excited to talk to today. Tommy, I'm very sorry that you were interrupted. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm good. I think my flow got ruined just then.
He's our numbers guy. It's like the entire Monday night grind has taken over Wednesday morning. Raphael, good morning to you, sir.
I love the Wednesday night grind right now. This is a perfect day to start a Wednesday with my Monday night crew. I am excited. I have 2 winners for you to make a perfect day for you, Mikey.
All right. Well, that's what we are here for. We will get to our picks here in just a moment. Guys, I really need to call upon every single one of you. It's just us 4. It is, I mean, Coach, you can go 2-1 and 2-0, but if you're going to lead by example, get in everyone's ear because I'm above 500 for the week. So, guys, I ask all of you, can we please have a winning day, not an average day today? Thank you.
Sure.
I'd love,
All right, let's get to our picks. Raphael, I'm going to go ahead and start with you.
We're going to the World Series. What a game yesterday. The Blue Jays steal one in Dodger Stadium, but we're going to go with the Jays, Dodgers. Both teams to score 3+ runs at +110. This is a game one pitching matchup. What happened? The 3 runs cash at +120 in game one. So I'm going to take the plus money again. I think we see a high scoring game. The Dodgers need us. The Dodgers do not want to go to Toronto losing back-to-back games in their backyard. I think we see a high-scoring game. And they need something from their 6-9 batters. If that Dodgers bats from 6-9 have been dead quiet. So I'm going to take this, both teams to score 3+ runs. And then give me the Minnesota Timberwolves first half at -3.5 at -120. Both teams are coming off losses, but both teams have no one playing. There's no LeBron, no Luka, no Ant-Man. Who's playing on the crowd? Austin Reeves, is he going to throw up 60 tonight? I don't think so. I like Minnesota at home first half. I think they win first half, probably not cover the second half.
Big Tommy, I know you're on tomorrow night's football game. What do you got for us?
Yeah, man, I'm jumping all over the Ravens here. It's Lamar Jackson's coming back. I'm taking the Ravens, -7.5, -112. Big Tommy C note, and this is a big one. The Dolphins have failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 games against teams with a losing record. And the Ravens have a losing record. But I expect them to explode tomorrow. The defense is playing better. This is a big game for the Ravens.
And, Coach, let's have this hot streak continue for you this week. What do you got for us today?
Well, first and foremost, I like the Ravens pick. I would probably buy that down to 7, even though Raphael is against it sometimes. I would pay the 40 cents because that hook is like a blinking red light.
Yeah.
But I understand Tommy's very, very confident. Now, for my picks, I got 3. And you can all say the first one with me. We got ourselves a little synergy. Okay. So over 8. This matchup in game 1 led to 15 runs. Understand, guys, these players are tired. You saw it last night. The Blue Jays, they had all of the energy. So tonight, the Dodgers need to bring it and match it. That's why I love each team to score 3. But if it gets to a 6-2, 7-2, this protects me just a little bit. Then you guys saw I was a next level capper in soccer yesterday. Well, today I'm going to flex my muscles a little bit in the NBA. Now the Bulls, this one's for Raphael. They're undefeated. They have won their games by 4, 5, and let me check my notes, 12. Now, the Kings played last night in Oklahoma City. They end up losing by 6 or 8 late in the game. They're going to be tired. They got to travel from OKC to Chicago and play a Bulls team that is rejuvenated. I love laying the 4.5 here. Then late night, we're going to go Blazers and the Jazz. The Blazers, in 2 of their 3 games, have gone 122 and 139. The Jazz, they're a very welcome dance partner. They scored 129 against the Clippers, who, if you watched the game last night, the Clippers are not an over team. Sorry, Peyton. They're just not. And so scoring 129 against the Clippers means you can speed up the pace. So you put these 2 teams together at over 234. I'm going to cash early. I'm going to cash late. 3 check marks tomorrow. Mikey P, you're welcome.
Well, thank you, because I also have 3 check marks coming for everyone today. And I'm going to start in the association. Give me the Magic on the money line against the Detroit Pistons. I cannot figure out who the Detroit Pistons are. One game, they're competitive. The next game, they're getting blown out. I'm very, very high on the Orlando Magic this season with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. So I like the Magic in that one. And then Cooper Flagg. More on Cooper Flagg later in today's show. Cooper Flagg, 16 or more points against the Indiana Pacers. He left the last game with shoulder injury. I believe Cooper Flagg will be fine for this game. I believe he will get a lot of run against the Indiana Pacers. And finally, in honor of our premium pop-up, it hit yesterday. So give me Jacksonville State -0.5 point in the first quarter in their matchup. The only way you can watch that is right here on the premium pop-up show at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. So those are our plays, but we have one more to go. Our dog of the day, The dogs are barking, and we're looking at the three biggest games today in the sports world, the World Series and the ESPN NBA doubleheader. So, guys, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays, the Boston Celtics, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Coach, I'll start with you. Who do you like here?
This is a very interesting choice for us today. I don't feel super confident in the Blue Jays. Tommy's team stinks. You've got your best player having his hair dye go off on somebody else's uniform. What's that all about? And if you don't know Tommy, I'll explain it to you. So I've got to go with the only one that makes any sense. Yes, Austin Reeves went north of 50 the other night. So if all the stars are falling off for both teams, I'm going to go to the guy that's not scared. So I'll take the Lakers on the money line as my dog of the day to win it on the court.
Big Tommy. Coach had a lot to say about the Celtics there. Who are you taking for the dog of the day?
The Celtics are just a team I don't even know anymore, man. It's just amazing what this team was last year and what their starting five right now is just incredible. I'm watching the game, I don't know who half these guys are. It's just incredible. I'm going with Coach with the Lakers because I hate the Blue Jays so much. I'm going with the big coach here there. Frankly, I can care less about the World Series because I hate both teams.
You are the best.
Well, as a fellow Celtics fan, I'm a little insulted you don't know Hugo Gonzalez, but I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Or Anthony Simmons.
Raphael, close us out here. Who do you got?
I am so glad the Godfather's only here for the half a show because give me the Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays win this one because the Dodgers bats 6 through 9 have been awful. Just get through 1, 2, 3, and 4 and then pitch to those other guys. I think the Blue Jays steal this one, and I would grab the plus 190 the Blue Jays to win the World Series right now.
And we will be talking about this Blue Jays and Dodgers World Series later on coming up in the show. You guys know today is an F day. It's Rant Wednesday. So I know the guys are super excited to get some things off their chest. But as we look at Tommy, I got to go back to this Celtics comp. Yes, Coach.
Well, I just heard you say Rant Wednesday, and I just couldn't help but think of Zeno, who will be hosting tomorrow. As I look at the games tonight, Mikey, is Middle Tennessee State, are they on the docket for us to talk about tonight? Is that possible?
Yo, we can absolutely talk. Actually, I think I don't think I'm sitting in the host chair tonight, Coach.
Whoa. Raphael, did you know that, Raphael?
I know that. I missed that email. And I read all the emails.
Yeah, you're the only one. So you're hosting Premium?
No, I said I was not sitting in the host chair.
Oh, my bad. I feel like we need to make a play on Middle Tennessee State just because, right? Just because.
On the money line. The only way you can find out, become a premium member, join us for our premium pop-up, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have sweat alerts. We'll look at some nighttime headlines, and we'll see our first tickets that we can cash as soon as the show gets started on that one. But yeah, Middle Tennessee State. So Zeno, let's make sure everything falls in line with you. I'm leaving this place nice and clean from the morning to the night. It is going to be all prepared for you, Mr. Zeno. I want to make sure we have no problems as we move forward. Guys, great start for the show this morning. I am super excited. Not only to be sitting here, but listen, I know our rants, we have a lot of special things. College football, midweek college football, getting one of our guys fired up beyond belief. Tommy, I thought we were doing a morning show, not going to church, but apparently Tommy's taking us to church. And Raphael, I don't think you're somebody who sits here and says, I told you so. But I think on the other side, you're going to be somebody who said, I told you so. We're just getting started here at Coach and Company. Coming up, we are going to our F-Day Rant Wednesday. Let's let that energy out. On the other side, Coach and Company, right here. All right, guys, for everyone joining us here on our YouTube channel, topic number one today, Lamar Jackson is set to return for the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday Night Football. Tommy, I'm going to start with you because you're on the Ravens tomorrow night. Should the Ravens be the betting favorite to win the AFC North?
Wow, that's that's a big question right now. They could be. They need to have a big game tomorrow night because the Dolphins' defense stinks. I know they beat Atlanta, but I think Lamar Jackson's going to come out firing. I think Harbaugh is going to have them fired up. They need to win big against the Dolphins. They need to bury them. What a better team to have to bury than the Miami Dolphins because they stink. Their coach is horrible. He looks stoned half the time, that coach. It's just incredible how bad the Miami Dolphins are. And I think Lamar's going to have a huge game tomorrow night.
Raphael, you are our numbers guy for a reason. The Steelers had a 2-game lead on the Ravens. Do you believe they should be the betting favorite?
I do, just because of what the schedule looks like for Pittsburgh right now. But this game for Thursday night, yes, the Ravens are the betting favorites. They should be the betting favorites. But -8 or higher by kickoff, that's what it will be right now. So by the half a point, I'm going to agree with Coach and say by the half a point now, because there's no way 7.5 will be there on Thursday. It's going to be 8 or 8.5 because the public's going to listen and say, hey, the Dolphins stink. Get the best number now.
And Coach, when you look at Lamar Jackson coming back, I mean, as bad as the Ravens have been without him, does he really change their season around at this point?
Well, he does, but they played well last week with Huntley. They played really, really well. So let's not forget, though, the Dolphins, they also played well. They knocked a lot of people out of the survivor pools, laying it on the Falcons. So I'd be a little careful. But once they get things going, I think Lamar Jackson will add a lot of energy to this team tomorrow night.
Yeah, John Harbaugh looking to avoid going 0-3 on the road for the first time as Ravens head coach. I'm very intrigued by what this Ravens team can be. I don't know how much a deficit they've had in the division, if they can turn it around at this point. We will find out. Thursday night football, Ravens and Dolphins tomorrow night. Former MVP is back. And we are back on the Coaching Company YouTube page in just 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Coaching Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
And welcome back, guys. We are here on Coach and Company on this Wednesday morning. It's the middle of the week. Friday is within our sights, and Monday, it's still dragging us behind. And here at the brand, way before I was here, the great Howie Schwab would say and call Coach, hey, can't do it. Can't figure this out, Coach. It's enough day. And as much as we may want to share our expletives today, we cannot do so. So we are going to express our frustrations on a little F-Day Rant Wednesday.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F-Day. Welcome to the first F-Day. Pardon me.
That is the best. And speaking of the best, I don't know if there's ever a person I enjoy more on Rant Day Wednesday than the Godfather himself. Tommy C., take us to church. I know you've got a plea for us.
My plea is to the football gods. When is enough? You are killing me being a New York Giants fan. It's bad enough after Coughlin left. You gave me Joe Judge. You gave me Shermer. You gave me BS. Finally, we got Dumb and Dumber in there. Dable and Shane in there now. I have to put up with them, but they made a good picks. They had Dart and Scatterboo. And what happens? Scatterboo breaks his ankle, and the season is done. When is enough? And then on top of that, you had the worst ref calls ever against my New York Giants. I can't take it anymore. I can't take losing. It's Halloween, and my team, again, is 2-6. When does it end, football gods? Please make it end soon.
Tommy, is there a prayer that the football gods could answer you to close out your season on a happy note?
Yeah, win the rest of the games. That's not happening. I'll take that. Give me every game. We got San Francisco. See you later, guys. God almighty. It's just on Coach. I don't know, man. I got to start praying again. You're killing me.
When was the last time you actually were at church, Tommy? Like in the building?
Probably at somebody's funeral.
It might have been my wedding 20
Yeah, it could have
years
been your
ago.
wedding.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Someone's funeral.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning football games, Raphael, again, I know you're not someone who likes to say, I told you so, but when we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were winning a lot of football games early. Raphael, the floor is yours. What's got you fired up this morning?
My rant Wednesday is someone on a panel laughed at me. And I'm not going to say who laughed at me when I mention this, but Wednesday, October 15th, the Steelers were 4-1, winning the division easily. And then they lay an egg on Thursday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. It's a bad loss. No one played for Cincinnati. And the next day, I said on the air that who's the big winner in that one? Wasn't the Bengals. It was the Baltimore Ravens who won that one. And someone on the panel said, but the Ravens only have one win. Yes, that's correct. At that time, they only had one win. Now they have 2 wins. And who do they have to play twice this week? They have to play Pittsburgh twice still. And then who do the Steelers welcome to Pittsburgh this weekend? The Indianapolis Colts. What do you think is going to happen there? I think the Steelers lose again. I'm sweating my total season wins. I'm sweating my division, all because some guy laughed at me the day after Thursday when the Steelers lost.
Well, Raphael, there's a lot to digest there. First of all, welcome to adulthood where everyone gets laughed at, first and foremost. Secondly, I didn't know you kept records of whereabouts and at what time everyone was saying stuff. But this person that you said was laughing at you, would he be considered one of the greatest heels in WWE history? One of the best looking men of all time? People magazine. Oh, the guy right below you, the coach.
I think that guy had best goatee in a magazine. I think that's one that was.
Wait, I made fun of you? I laughed at you?
Yes, you did.
Wow. Sometimes I just get so caught up in all the things I'm doing, I don't even realize it. So I would like to apologize to Raphael for teasing him about whatever it was I teased him about.
We don't do apologies on Rant Wednesday, Coach. So especially if you're spending your midweek watching college football. Coach, the floor is yours. What's got you fired up today?
Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. I am so tired of college coaches that coach in the middle of the week. Now, you guys know what I like to say. Don't be too cool for school. Show me that you want to be there. And all these coaches are ascending or hope to ascend to a bigger D1. And then last night, I watched the UTEP Miners. Scotty Walden. And I've never seen a coach. At the beginning of the game, I was like, man, I like this dude. I like his energy. And then they kick the ball off, and he's hopping up and down like he's one of the players. I can dig that too. And then UTEP gets down by 14. I had him at 14.5. I was like, boy, this is going to be a blowout. They started to play pretty well. They started to step it up. Then they get to the second half. He's still bouncing. And then the UTEP defense does what drives me absolutely insane. They're down 6. They were down 4 at halftime. I had the second half plus 4.5, which means if they lose by 8 or less, I cash both tickets. They tackle, third down, force a punt. The guy gets up, stands over the dude, walks over him, flag. The coach still bouncing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then we get another 3. I'm like, you know what? I can handle this. They have no field goal kicker. Kennesaw State, by the way. And what happens? On 4th and 3, Kennesaw State goes for it. Because did I mention they don't have a kicker? They throw it into the end zone. And what does the defense do again? That stupid thing where they lock it down in the car and didn't realize the flag's laying on the ground behind him for pass interference. They score a touchdown with a minute to go in the game. And what do I see over on the sidelines? He is still bouncing. I cannot take this anymore. Either show up and show out or just tell your team to not show up at all. But Mikey P, if I watch one more midweek game where everybody is kumbaya and can't figure out what a flag is and how to cover a spread, I'm going to drive myself insane. Back to you.
Well, Coach, I've got some good news for you. Middle Tennessee State plays tonight. And we'll be doing a premium pop-up at 8 p.m. Eastern, so you might actually get more kumbaya midweek college football.
I looked it up, Mikey. They're 4.5 right now, by the way. They're plus 4.5.
Hammer the money line in honor of Mr. Zeno. Okay, so we are 4 games for some teams into the NBA season, and I am not going to be able to watch any more NBA games if I have to open up social media or turn on NBA TV or all the big networks and hear these 3 or this sentence, excuse me. Cooper Flag is a bust. How can you determine that after 4 games? Let's just talk about the opening night. He's going up against Victor Wembanyama. That guy is an alien, first and foremost. He is one of one. He has a body picture of just only one that we have ever seen in the NBA. He can do things that we've never seen a 7-footer able to do. And we're comparing a guy with a full season of NBA experience to Cooper Flag, who, by the way, is the youngest player in the league. And he's playing out of position. Jason Kidd, he is built to. Cooper Flag is built like 2 Jason Kidds, and Jason Kidd thought the best place to put him was at point guard since Kyrie Irving is out. Stop with the nonsense after 4 games that the number 1 pick, the youngest player in the league, is a bust. Come talk to me in January and February when he's got his feet wet and the Mavericks maybe have their entire roster together so they can bring out his full potential. I'm over it. I'm over it. Coach, do you like Cooper Flag?
Well, I don't like it when a guy comes in and one of the best players in the history of the game is coming back in 3 months, and you got all these talking heads. And also, by the way, with all these new deals, you've seen guys that I've never seen before talk in a studio show. Amazon, NBC. I'm here for it, and we're going to have a game every single night. But Mikey, Raphael, Tommy, am I wrong? Some of these guys, I think they say things because they've heard other people say it, and they want to be Charles Barkley. Carmelo Anthony, you are not Charles Barkley. So you don't have to say this nonsense, which is exactly why they're doing it, Mikey. That's the whole reason.
Speaking of nonsense, we will have Celtics Cavaliers on ESPN tonight and Minnesota and the Lakers in the late night doubleheader. The Cavaliers and Celtics, 2 teams going completely opposite directions. Tommy, I'm going to start with you. I'm still very, very sad you don't know Hugo Gonzalez, but Is this a tale of 2 different franchises heading the opposite direction?
Yes, it is. Sadly for me, being a huge Celtics fan, it is. The Celtics are home tonight, but the Cavaliers are just going to run them over. Again, this starting 5 is a fun. They let Hofford go. I know there's salary dumps and everything like that, but who is this team? I don't know who they are and what they're going to do. It's just incredible how they went from up here to down here now. It's just incredible. I'm surprised the Boston fans are putting it up with it. The Cavaliers are going to come in and wipe them out tonight.
Raphael, I'll go to you for this one to close this game out. Should the Cavaliers be the betting favorite in the East?
Right now, yes, I think they're the deepest team in the East, and I think they're going to wipe out Boston. It's going to open up at 3, now 3.5. It's probably going to close around 4 or 4.5. Yes, Boston got their first W, but it was a Zion-less Pelicans that they beat. Yeah. So anyone can beat the Pelicans, or anyone can beat a New Orleans team right now. So I think Cleveland has to be the play. I would jump on that now.
And the late night game, Timberwolves, no Anthony Edwards, Lakers, no Luka Doncic. Coach, does this game interest you at all?
It doesn't, and I get every single Lakers game out here locally as well. Right now, without the stars, it's a star-driven league, and I guarantee you that ESPN is like, man, can we get any stars on our network? So tonight, no interest whatsoever, but I'll probably watch it because we've got a bet on it.
Tommy, any interest for you in this one?
No.
I do.
I'm not a
Raffy does.
Fan, I'm a Celtic fan. And I think the Timberwolves are fugazi. I will end it with that.
Well, that hurts as a guy who's all over the Timberwolves this year, as I am coming out of the Western Conference, but no Anthony Edwards definitely hurts their chances over the next couple of weeks. When we come back, it is time to go back to school. No one likes going to school on a Wednesday, but we look ahead to the top games in college football. Plus, we will talk World Series Game 5. The series is tied, and we will talk about all that with the guys right here on Coaching Company. All right, guys, we have had a big change in the NBA this season, going to NBC and Peacock, bringing them in, going on Amazon Prime. But the biggest thing we've seen is Michael Jordan back in front of a camera. And during a sit-down interview with Mike Tirico that aired last night, he said that he does not believe in load management because when he played in the league, he wanted to be on the court for the fans sitting in the nosebleed who worked their tails off to afford a ticket. Raphael, your thoughts on Jordan and load management?
If you watch the interview, it's just classic Michael Jordan, period. He never wanted to come out. He said his worst time in the NBA is when he broke his foot and couldn't play. He said he hated being on a bench watching his team play. He even asked Nike if they could make him a special shoe to try to get him to play. It's a perfect interview for what Michael Jordan did. They should play this interview for high school basketball kids, college basketball kids, and NBA kids.
Coach, I think it's a fabulous message, but in today's world, in 2025, do you think Jordan's words will resonate with any of the young stars in today's NBA?
No, because they're making so much more money than he ever thought about. No, because they don't understand what it's like to do what he said. I was one of those kids. I lived in Ohio for a very, very short period of time when I was a child. And when Michael Jordan came, my parents, they collected all the money we had, and they got me to go to that particular game. So I was one of those in the upper deck. And I don't understand why these players today and wrestlers and anybody else don't understand it could be one time that a player gets to see you. And that's important. I love what he said last night.
I couldn't agree more with the both of you. When you look at ticket prices, especially in 2025, it's just one of those things where you're probably working extra shifts in whatever job you have to whether it be take a date out or take your family out to a game. And that's an experience you only usually get once in a lifetime, especially depending on where you're sitting in the arena. So props to Michael Jordan for saying that. Unfortunately, I do think it'll fall on deaf ears. On the other side, when we come back, we are going back to school looking at the biggest games in college football.
All we want to do is save your life. Some of you don't make it easy.
Get out of my house! She's been having a little trouble breathing lately.
Define lately.
Back to Coaching Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
Welcome back right here at Coaching Company. I am Mike Pendleton, along with me, Raphael and the coach. And I need to see Raphael first because, Rafi, we saw a lot of changes happening in the world of college football over this past weekend, including buyouts that will go and exceed $169 million throughout college. But the big one, Brian Kelly. Who are the top three odds-on favorites to replace Brian Kelly at LSU?
It's the guy that's coaching in the same state, John Summerall from Tulane. That's why a lot of bettors are fading Tulane because he's had talk for a lot of head coaching jobs that's open right now. So John Summerall, I think he's plus 150. And then, of course, Joe Brady, who has ties at LSU, which no one in LSU wants Joe Brady to come there. And then, of course, everyone's love child, Lane Kiffin. He's going to coach everywhere next year because he's in the top three in every head coaching job open.
Now, on the other side of that, Brian Kelly, say what you will about his time at LSU, but I got to believe there is a job opening in which he can take next year. What are the top three schools for Brian Kelly to fall next season?
Arkansas is the number one, and people keep on betting that it's going to be Arkansas. I'm actually shocked that he'll pick an SEC school. I think he takes a year off and then comes back, but I think everyone's saying he's going to go to Arkansas. Even Auburn money's coming in at plus 350. I don't see it. I think he takes a year off, but he will coach again.
Well, Coach Cal and Brian Kelly all at one school state ain't so. Rafi, thank you very much. We will now head back to school. We've got our paper. We've got our notebook. Let's look ahead to the top college games this weekend. All right, guys, huge weekend in college football, but as we've seen over the last few weeks, it's been dominated by the SEC and then the top two teams in the country residing in the Big Ten in Ohio State and Indiana. But let's start in the SEC with Vanderbilt as they go back on the road. Guys, first and foremost, I just want to ask, Rafael, start with you. Diego Pavia, he's captivated the nation. Is Diego Pavia a guy you're all in on this college football season?
Man, I rewatched the game last week. His name and mom, yes, but his play last week wasn't really that good. I mean, we could see a Matthew Caldwell versus Pavia because we don't know what concussion protocol Manning is still in. The numbers telling me he's probably going to play. But I lean towards Texas if they can play defense. This is their first home game that they're really playing a big team. Yes, they beat San Houston State at home. Ooh, coach's favorite team, UTEP at home. Ooh, I'm not scared. But I think their defense needs to step up if they want to beat Vanderbilt.
Coach, it's an early game in Texas for the Longhorns. We don't know the availability of Arch Manning. Do the Longhorns have a shot in this one?
Yeah, I mean, they have a shot. They're at home. But here's the thing. If not for one great quarter, we'd be talking about Texas getting blown out by Mississippi State. And I don't care if Arch Manning is playing or not. He is not very good right now. And if he's in concussion protocol, they'll probably lean towards not playing him as opposed to playing him. But this is about Vanderbilt. This is a special season. You don't get these opportunities very much. So they need to look at the tape last week. Raphael is right. Vanderbilt did not play very well. Pavia did not play very well. He has to play better to go into a hostile environment and win at Texas.
Looking ahead in the SEC, this is the first week. We talked about some coaching changes. First week without Billy Napier in the swamp, and the Georgia Bulldogs, 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs, head down to Gainesville to take on the Gators. Raphael, I'll start with you on this one. Should Georgia be a heavy favorite in this one?
I'm blown away that they're not 8 or higher. Florida is done. They fired their head coach. These kids are now looking for transfers. They don't want to stay there. The world's largest cocktail party is going to be the world's largest blowout, I believe. I think Georgia rolls in this game. Grab the 7.5 if you still see it, because the Georgia money will come in all game long. This one goes off at 3:30, so I would see probably 8 or 8.5. I think Georgia just rolls.
Coach, playing devil's advocate here, could this be a game where the players on the Florida Gators rise up and play for their new head coach?
No, because you can't rise up if you don't have the talent in order to make you rise up. Now, they had one good game against Texas. Are we starting to see a theme with the Longhorns right now, guys? They're just not very good. That's the only time in the last month that Florida's looked halfway decent. Georgia understands. Kirby Smart understands that it's not just about winning the SEC. It's about seeding. And they'd love to have one of those top 4 seeds. How do you do that? You blow out a team like Florida in their own house. Normally, I'd buy this down to 7, but I also think that they will roll on Saturday. So don't waste the extra juice unless you want to.
Moving on, another big game. Probably my favorite game of the weekend, Oklahoma and Tennessee. One of these two teams has to be real in the SEC. I think Oklahoma is proving more and more that they're right there, but they may not be good enough. Raphael, do you like anything in this game?
Well, before I mention that one, our viewers must just love us because Vanderbilt just went to 2 right now. So Vanderbilt money's coming in. Just changed about 5 minutes ago. So that's kind of funny how we're talking about Vanderbilt and the line moved at the same time. This game's very interesting. I can't wait to watch this one. Out of all the teams you sent, I'm excited for this one. I think Tennessee, if they can put up a high-scoring game, they win this one. 48.5, such a tricky number when you're betting Tennessee. When they're in the 50s and they can score close to 30, they win games. But if you're OU, whose defense got rocked last week, they need to come back and say, hey, you know what? We still have a top 10, top 20 defense. We need to shut Tennessee out. This game has question marks written all of it, but this game has the most watch viewed. I can't wait to watch this one.
Coach, Joey Aguilar and the Vols were a darling to begin this season. Are you with Rafi? Do you like anything on this game?
Oh, my God. If you would have just blindly just dropped me from Mars, and I've watched every game like I have of both of these two teams this year, and you say, what should this spread be? I'd say 7, 8, 9 in Tennessee. This is an incredible atmosphere. This is an incredible offense. And I think Oklahoma and their schedule, Mikey, is starting to take its toll. It's a murderer's row. Every single week, they're playing somebody really, really good. And you're going to give me 3 points on a guy that's going to be a star in the NFL, give me the Volunteers all day, every day. I would probably take their team total in addition to playing them on the spread.
Well, not exactly a murderer's row is for the number 2 team in the country, the Indiana Hoosiers, who will take on Maryland. And last week, guys, we mentioned the UCLA-Indiana showdown, and we thought the spread was it a little too high? No. They covered everything by themselves, they being the Hoosiers. Rafi, start with you here. I'll ask the same question we asked last week. Is this spread too high for the number 2 team in the country?
If this was any other team, I'd be like, yes, but this is Indiana, who's been proving me wrong, not just this year, but all of last year as well. I mean, Maryland plays well at home. They've covered back-to-back games. They've covered back-to-back home games. So I can see them, maybe getting a junky touchdown or a field goal in the fourth quarter, and Indiana wins by 18. But I can't trust Maryland for that one. Indiana's so high right now. Indiana's toughest game was supposed to be Penn State. And what could happen to Penn State? They're going to roll their next 4 games. It wouldn't shock me if they don't cover these games, because I think Indiana starts resting players when they have bigger leads, because knowing that their toughest task is Penn State with a quarterback, the Heisman hopeful quarterback that's no longer playing for Penn State who got hurt. They roll. Purdue, their last game, give me a break.
Coach, do you like anything in this game, or you just sit back and watch?
Well, yes, I like the over. And I'm not one of those 6 degrees of separation type of guys. But can anybody tell me who Indiana beat last week by 50? Anyone?
UCLA.
Do we know who the last game was for Maryland that they played after the bye week last week? Anybody?
UCLA.
Does anybody know the score of said game against UCLA?
I think UCLA won by 3 or 4.
UCLA won by 3. It certainly wasn't 6 or 7. So when we look at the comparables, they lose to UCLA, a team that Indiana just beat by 50. That's all I need to say. I'm playing the over. They could do it again. This is a team that scores, and they also understand. What did I just say, guys? It's about the seeding as well. Indiana wants one of those top 4 seeds to get a bye. You've got to blow these teams out, and I think they do it again this week. I would lay, as crazy as it is to say, I would lay the 21, but I'm going to play the over. I'm not going to play the spread, but I would feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, Mr. We Can't Play Scared and Kurt Ignetti. I can't wait to see them in this one. All right, guys, last game, Penn State and Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country. I guess they just need to continue to assert their dominance. Raphael, very similar conversation between Ohio State and Indiana. Do you like anything in this game?
Yeah, I'm not laying 21.5 of Indiana, but I'm laying 20.5 with Ohio State. That defense is the reason why I'm laying this number. Their defense is allowing 5.8 points per game this year. That is crazy in college football. Crazy you've been playing in the Big Ten. They have not allowed 10 points at home to an opponent this year. Penn State stinks right now. They're looking for a head coach. Ohio State rolls. And Pat Patricia, give him some love. We're not talking enough about Ohio State's defense.
Coach, are we talking enough about Ohio State's defense? And does their defense hurt this number at 43.5?
They are playing like an NFL team. Why? Because they have former NFL coaches on their staff. OC, DC, they're playing on another level. This is as dominant a number 1 team as we've seen in years. And I mean years. Agreed. Ohio State will repeat. They're going to blow everybody out that's on their schedule. They've already done it, and they're going to continue to absolutely do it. I love the Buckeyes to roll this week.
Very quickly, Coach, you were called out in the chat by your favorite person. Big Cheesy would like a showdown.
Yeah, I'll get to him. Oh, don't even worry about it. I'll get to him.
All right, well, that is all for the college football that we have this weekend. The top 5 games, a lot happening in the SEC and the Big Ten. On the other side, the World Series, Game 5 tonight. The final game in LA. The series will head back to Toronto's. Do the guys give the Blue Jays a real shot at winning this whole thing? We will talk to them about all that and everything Shohei Ohtani when we return right here on Coaching Company, presented by Code 3. All right, guys, big ruling here with the NCAA, which in just 3 days was set to allow current athletes in college and athletic staff members to bet on pro sports. But now that has been moved back. The date has been moved back to late November. Raphael, give us your insight, your info on why this change was made and what you're hearing about this change.
Well, I can probably do a 2-hour show about this, but I'll just put it briefly. They had to do it with everything that happened in the NBA. They had no choice to push it back. I'm actually shocked that they didn't suspend it all the way through the whole college sports and just revise in 2026. But they had no choice to do what they did.
Coach, are you shocked by this decision? And do you think it is a fallout from what we saw in the NBA?
I'm shocked that it was even on the table. What are we talking about here? Allowing anybody involved in college sports to bet on sports? Because what? It's their First Amendment right? No, if you're involved, you don't get to bet. This is such a slippery slope that the NCAA continues to show all of us they're an absolute joke. This is just common sense. This is 101. And to move it back to November, how about we move it back to never? They can wait. You know these college kids, last time I checked, they're going to be 22 and older very, very soon. They'll have plenty of time in their lives to bet on sports. You don't need to do it while you're in college or if you work for a college either.
Yeah, I think we just saw a case of this in Eastern Michigan. It came out recently that 3 basketball players were under investigation. They ran out of eligibility. And so when the NCAA came calling, they're like, we're not cooperating. We don't need to. So let's toss games. Let's affect the betting lines. And then let's just veer off into the abyss. Let's just say not our problem. Yeah, I think it's definitely a slippery slope. And I'm with you guys. If you're actively playing, whether it's pro sports or not, you should not be able to bet. I think we saw this start in the NFL and it continues to fall down the line in all the major leagues. And, speaking of the major leagues, we will be talking the World Series when we return right here to Coaching Company, presented by Code 3. Game 5 tonight. Can the Dodgers take the lead, or will Toronto head back north of the border with a 3-2 lead?
To Coaching Company, presented by Code 3, now streaming.
Welcome back, guys. Coaching Company here. I am Mike Pendleton along with Raphael and the coach. And guys, we have a tied World Series after 18 innings. 2 nights ago, we have the Dodgers falling to the Blue Jays. Vlad Guerrero stole all the momentum and, if I'm being honest, pimped his home run early in that game. Coach, I'll start with you here. What do you make of this Game 5 in LA tonight?
I think right now the Blue Jays are starting to become the team that everybody loves because every interview with their manager, it's like other guys would have said, no, we're tired. Oh, it's difficult. Oh, I hate the fact that we lost. What did he say? My guys are ready. Yeah, did it stink that we lost 18 in the game? Yeah, it did. But guess what? We're going to be ready today. And they were 6-2. That was never in doubt. This is a team of absolute gamers. And the Dodgers, they're a team full of high-priced prima donnas at certain points. Right now, I'm a Blue Jays fan. And tonight at +1.5, I don't hate that because I think the Blue Jays are a team of destiny. And I think Raphael already said, take them on the money line to win the whole series. They're going to get at least one more in their own house. I would not want to be a Dodgers player playing Game 6 or 7 in Toronto.
Raphael, coming over to you. First, 2-part question here. Were you surprised how long Shohei Ohtani went last night after an 18-inning roller coaster the night before? And are you all over the Blue Jays here?
I think they let Shohei in just because the bullpen was gassed out from the big inning the night before. I think that's why they were trying to get him to go to 7 innings, but he just couldn't do it. I think they left him in a little bit too long. That's why they got rocked in that inning. In other words, I'm watching this game and I'm the biggest Blue Jay fan after Vladdy hit that home run. Why? Because I rooted against Golden State Warriors when they hit 70 and what? They didn't win a chip. And what happened when Tom Brady went perfect and he lost in the Super Bowl? Did he win a chip? No, he did not. So the Dodgers, the biggest payroll. They have Ohtani, Mookie, and all these guys. I'm saying it right now. They don't win the chip. Blue Jays win in 6 games.
A little bitter, but you're going out on the limb there. I feel a little sour grapes from you, Raphael. Coach, 6 games for the Blue Jays? What do you make of Raphael?
I can see that. It's not crazy. You watch these 4 games. That first 18-inning game. Hopefully, God willing, we don't see another one. But how easily they could have won. They got thrown out at the plate. They had runners all over the place. This very easily could be 3-1 Blue Jays. And it wouldn't be that hard to imagine it. I think right now the Blue Jays, with their momentum, the Dodgers got to figure it out. We needed to put the hand in the dirt and figure this thing out. They're so wealthy, rich, prima donna players that nobody gives them the guts, the glory, any of that. That's what I need to see tonight. But quite frankly, I don't know if they have it in them like I see what the Blue Jays have. I am all in on Toronto, but obviously I'm playing the over because I think we're going to see a lot of scoring tonight from both teams, actually.
I don't think there could be a bigger punch in the mouth than Toronto putting up a bunch of runs, getting this game, and then going back to Toronto. If they go back to Toronto with a lead, that crowd is going to be incredible. The Dodgers won't even be able to hear themselves think. And if they thought, if Shohei Ohtani thought Toronto didn't want them now, go back and look at and see how they will feel going into Game 6 if they can close it out there. All right, guys. We understand that not everyone was here at the beginning of the show. You all have lives. You all have things you have to do. But that's okay, because for those of you who joined us later and are here right now, it is time for us to bring you back our best bets. It is time to lock it in. All right, Rafael, I'm going to start with you. 2 nuggets as we go through these picks here. What do you got for us today?
Jays, Dodgers, both teams to score 3+ runs at +110. Let me repeat that, +110. Grab it now because I don't think that plus money is going to be there by the first pitch. I think both teams score. This game goes over the total as well. And then give me Timberwolves first half, -3.5, -120. I think they jump on the Lakers early. They cover the first half. Second half might be dicey. I can see the Lakers covering the game, period.
And, Coach, there's been no hotter capper on this show than you. But first, could you please give us a big Tommy C's play?
Yeah, he's on the Ravens -7.5. And if you don't mind the hook, then play that at -12. I'm going to buy it down to 7. And depending on your book, you lay 40, maybe even 45 cents. I'm good with that. He likes the Ravens to roll on Thursday night. The game is on the road, though, in Miami. So take that with a grain of salt. Then my 3 plays, I love runs tonight. Blue Jays, Dodgers over 8, -110. Last night, we got very lucky. It was a push. I don't think tonight we'll have to worry about it. I think it's a lot of runs. Anytime pitchers come back for a second time in a series, normally that is what happens. Then the Bulls -4.5. Big Cheesy, you want some smoke? I'll give you the smoke. Here are my terms that if you lose, you have to buy 5 premium memberships and distribute them on the show. If I win, or if you win, then I will buy you a piece of Coach and Company merchandise and send it to you with a thank you note for watching the show. And I'll give you the 4.5. You got to write in the chat yes or no, and the showdown is on. Those are my terms. Then I like the Blazers and the Jazz over 234. Both of these teams are kind of the new look NBA teams. They run a lot, they shoot a lot, they score a lot. And Portland, it hasn't changed them since Chauncey was taken off the bench. So I love this over tonight, laying 3 nickels. I have at least another 2-1 night.
Well, you can look for a 2-1 night. I'll look for a 3-0 night. Give me the Orlando Magic on the money line taking on the Detroit Pistons. And then my guy, it's only 4 games into your season, so get it right. Cooper Flagg. Give me Cooper Flagg, 16 points or more as they take on the Dallas Mavericks, take on the Indiana Pacers in this one. And then Jacksonville State. Why Jacksonville State? Because we have a premium pop-up show right here for the Coach and Company premium members, 8 p.m. Eastern. Give me Jacksonville State, half a point on the first quarter spread. Those are my 3 plays for the evening. All right, those are our picks for the day. And as we get ready to put a bow on all of this, gentlemen, it has been quite the F-Day Rant Wednesday. What are we most excited about tonight on schedule?
Whoa. Screen, big dog, screen.
Rafael, before we get out of here, please, could you make me a lot smarter?
We're going to college football today. We're going to take Florida International has lost 10 out of their last 11 road games. The favorite in this series between Missouri State has won 5 straight.
Oh, are we on Missouri State tonight and Middle Tennessee State on the same show?
Because that's why us three are doing the show tonight, so we can sweat together.
And that game starts right at 8 when we come on the air, by the way, too.
It is. I cannot wait. It is going to be a good time. Coach, what are you most excited about on TV tonight?
I'm excited about the college, but I'm also really, really excited about the World Series. I think this is going to be a really special 2 out of 3. I've loved it so far. It's been incredibly exciting. So I think the World Series tonight will be on my big TV, which is right next to me during the premium pop-up.
And Raphael, big World Series game. I know you like the Blue Jays here. Is this the most interesting thing on the docket for you tonight?
Yes, because remember, Ohtani was rumored to sign with the Blue Jays. Remember the Blue Jays that were ready to roll out the red carpet, and he chose the Dodgers. So this is Vladdy's breakout. We might be talking more about him in the next couple of days than we are Ohtani.
Well, we have a premium pop-up show tonight, as mentioned, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So look forward to having all the premium members here. We'll watch the World Series. We'll watch some midweek college football because it doesn't get any better than Middle Tennessee State. If you know, you know. And also, I'm super excited. As much as we have the World Series going on, I'm going to really give the guys a lot of fandom with the Boston Celtics on ESPN. I don't care about what Shohei Ohtani's doing. If Peyton Pritchard's at the free throw line, we're stopping everything. So I am really looking forward to that. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern for all premium members. And that'll do for today's show. Producer man, it's time for me to wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us here on Coaching Company, which you can catch live right here on our YouTube channel every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern. You have all of our best bets. You have all your helpful tips. You have a lot of things to watch tonight, including our premium pop-up show. So for Raphael, Big Tommy C, the coach, and producer man, I am Mikey P. We'll see you tomorrow.